Guys, so I got all four of the wall frames done. I lay them down right there because I'm going to actually try to take out the roof paneling and all that old insulation and replace it with new insulation. I'm going back and forth with, do I want to do spray foam or do I just want to do foam board and seal around the cracks with the can spray foam like this one guy suggested on this Facebook group that I'm on with other schooly people like me. And I mean, it sounded like a good idea. It saves time, saves money, and you run the risk of, or you don't run the risk of getting it wrong as you could with the spray foam. I mean, it's gotten better, and with the product I want to use, there's little chance that you'll do it wrong. But I'm just going back and forth between time, cost, all that. So I got this section out on both sides. I'm probably going to do the front section on both sides. And then I got this whole bead of screws undone. So the guy that I asked around for tips on insulation, and then I also got some tips on how to do the roof and these side panels, because I was having a problem. And this guy's like, you want to take your hammer and bang on the metal, just like not necessarily where the screws are at, but just like in some places in between the screws. And then you want to use this special drill bit that looks like a Phillips head, but it's white, got a wider tip to it, and it's just better for these types of screws. And so I've been doing that, and so far it's turned out really good. I took a small break to kind of move things around and about and give my drill a chance to cool down, because these things are still in there really tight after you do all those tricks, and it was causing my drill to get really hot, and I don't want to burn out the motor in my drill. And so I'm like letting it cool down. As you can see, I got pretty much just that done. And as you can hear, I enjoy saying like, and as you can kind of see if I move this up and come down here, okay, maybe you can't see now, it's hard to tell, but I like to wear weird shirts. Today I'm wearing a green shirt, and so maybe the fact that I'm wearing a green shirt and I'm saying like all the time, I'm trying to imitate Shaggy, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just gonna be continuing to take that stuff down and hopefully meeting my girlfriend here in about an hour, give or take. So yeah, see you guys after a bit. Bye. Hey everyone, so I just got back from lunch. I was able to finish getting those down on those sides, and also was able to fairly easily remove the screws and take this out. Now, as you can see, the insulation on this is nowhere near as bad as it, like water-wise, as it was in the walls. I mean, this stuff is perfectly dry, and yeah, the only areas that I can see that may have been problem areas is probably just because of the fact that there were fixtures and speakers around it, and moisture went in through those from the inside, but not from the outside. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything wrong under the insulation. And so what I'm thinking about doing is taking all of these panels back, especially if they're all that easy, up until about here, where it gets to be this kind of, circled pattern. And then I'm debating if I want to go even further and stop here right before the door, depending on how easy it is, and then just put in new insulation, because even though that stuff is okay, it's not very thick, and it's this, batting stuff, which is good for low use, like for the normal bus's use. It keeps you warm enough and cool enough to survive your small bus rides to and from your house. But since I can do this, I'm going to do it and take down the rest of the wall paneling and then work on removing that, and then I'll decide what kind of installation I want to use. And yeah, so I hope to be able to get this job done by tomorrow, the end of tomorrow or Saturday morning. It just really depends on how long it takes me to get the other panels out. This one, all in all, probably took me 20 to 30 minutes. So my first row of screws was like really fighting and not wanting to come out. The second row, it was like boom, boom, boom. I was doing one like every 30 seconds, it felt like. And so it's not that hard if you can get it to be that way. So I obviously need to take out this thing here before I can do these panels in the middle. But I'll try to do as many panels today as I can, and hopefully take out this installation sometime in the next week or so. I don't know if I want to take it out today as I go, because I'm trying not to fill up the dumpster for the people who are letting me use their land and their dumpster. So trying to keep costs down on that, because I am paying them some money to stay here, and it's way less than anywhere else, but you know, it's still something. So I'm trying to keep costs down on that side by not using their dumpster more than I have to. So yeah, I might not sound super excited, but this is just like pumped me up, because I'm like, I really don't think I can do this. I just want to kind of leave the roof alone. And even looking at the quality of the installation that's in there and how it's hanging, it's not like other buses I've seen where it's like super patchy and like all waterlogged for whatever reason. So I'm like really happy that if I would have decided to leave it, it probably wouldn't have been a big deal. But I'm going to tear it out anyway, since I'm pretty much halfway there and stuff. And the only thing that will be the hardest thing will be putting the panels back up, because I'll need at least 2 people to hold it, and then I gotta secure it back into place. But that'll probably be next week sometime. So yeah, here's Tim, and I'm Tim, and I'm signing off. And for now, you know, I really don't want to say signing off, because I know other people do that, but I'll figure out something else later. See ya. Hey everyone, back again at the bus. It's Friday, and as you can see, aside from these two panels, which I'm still debating this one. I could do it aside from the fact that the seatbelt is attached to this panel, and I'm sure there's a way to attach it once I take the panel off. I just don't know how easily it'll be. How easily. I can't talk today, but hey, I've been working out here in the heat, keeping hydrated, but still. I don't know how easy it will be to take those off, and so I'm still debating on this section, and so I'm going to take a break, let my drill kind of cool down, because it's been getting real hot, and just take out the insulation. But as you can see, it's all covered. You know, it's not like some buses I've seen where it's like all patchy, wet junk. It's not necessarily junk considering what the purpose of the bus is, but it's junk because this is like the thickest I've seen it, and then back here, this is the thinnest that I've seen it, and that just doesn't make, and the fact that it's all this fluffy stuff, you know, the batting, it just doesn't make for good moisture prevention and condensation. Once I start heating and cooling this thing, will soak this, and it just won't work for what it's meant to work for. And so I'm going to be ripping that out and then deciding where to go from there. So yeah, probably decide what insulation I want to use. So debating between spray foam and just foam board complemented with the canned spray foam, because I have used that and that does work really well for sealing and small and insulating and sealing small areas. And so I'm really very much considering using that with the foam board to save on cost. Plus, I've heard it's about the same amount of insulation value either way. So I'm not really sacrificing anything there from what I've heard. But I'm going to research it a bit more and decide probably here in the next couple days. So today's probably the last day I'm going to work on it for a while because I have a busy Saturday. It's not really busy, I mean I don't have any work, but it's a day where I hope to do some things with my girlfriend and maybe family depending on the day. And then Sunday is going to be busy because church in the morning, girlfriend and grandparents in the afternoon, and then VBS starts in the evening. And so it'll just be like, and then that's pretty much how it's going to be the rest of next week. It's going to be work, and then after work is done, VBS. So I'll be getting a lot of hours in this week because they're putting me 10 to 4 pretty much every day. And so that's like 6-7 hours a day next week. And so that's going to be a help to get some more cash there. So yeah. Anyway, you probably don't want to hear me talk about my life, but I don't plan on working on the bus again until next weekend, or next Friday for sure, because Sunday through Thursday is when this VBS is. And so, yeah, I think I might have the day off Thursday, so if anything, I'll work on the bus Thursday before VBS, but who knows. Anyway, time to get back to work before lunch, so see ya. So I was able to get where the seatbelt connected out fairly easily, and from what I can see, it looks like there's metal behind there that I can attach into, so it just wasn't attached to the roof. I didn't think it would be, considering how that's pretty important. You want to make sure that's secured. I got almost all the screws out. It just, I don't know if the guys who built this were being smart or if they just ran out of screws, but right here, this final little screw, which I thought was a screw that I needed to take out, either was a screw and I stripped it, or it's a rivet. And I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you use screws across this whole thing, and then for the little last screw on this section, like, these are all screws over here, so it's just like, we're gonna be a jerk and put a rivet. But I don't know, it looks more like a screw head that might have gotten stripped out earlier when I was trying to take this off. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get creative with taking that screw out, and then this is the last panel that's coming down. I'm going to leave this panel here above the driving area and stuff, and then just take out this panel so that way I can completely run whatever I'm going to run. I don't think I'm going to stick with the metal just because it'll be a pain, and I'm like, I want to get something else up now that I'm looking at it. So I'm going to run that all the way to here, and then I'm thinking about doing those round inset circle lights, like every 3 feet or something like that. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that and just be kind of like, really, one more screw and it has to give me, or whatever it is, and it's got to be a pain in the butt. But I'll get it fixed, taken care of, and yeah. Probably make one more video just kind of at the end of taking that out so you guys can all see it. And yeah, so see ya in a bit.